got my newest health update. My doctor, alleged cardiologist, showed and told me about my heart cardiology and I need more tests getting done. I do. They do. Test me. And I can exercise. I don't have to do absolutely nothing. Although when I feel like I'm fainting, I have to sit and or lay down immediately. So if you see any of you doing that, me doing that, that's all it is. We have yet to discover exactly the causes of my fainting, what caused all that, although there are a couple suggestions. Well, not suggestions actually. We talked about it and tested results. My low blood pressure and I've had as of recent, in addition to sinus bradycardia. That's why I fainted. There's evidence. There's actual evidence. I fainted. It wasn't mental health. It was just my heart. There you go. And because my heart rate is slow, which it has not ever been, always, I should can, could, may, must exercise as I have been and or more. I can walk more as long as my knee allows me to. I'm going to do that. Indoor walk fit, outdoor walk fit, whatever. And when I came out my appointment, I was disappointed. The weather outside. Like, well, I won't be walking outside when I go home. And my mom, while I'm not home, safety and privacy is a must. Should, can, could, may, must, and need happened all before, all during, all later, and all since. And all others, that is all other people, did not and do not. I'm hopeful that all securities cameras on, all those images, all live, all real time, and all recorded, all who, what, where, when, why, and how, when I wasn't here and elsewhere earlier, and judiciary punishments occur once and for all, all those times. Including all condominium corporations did not give me, that is, not you, me, notices of entry. All those times, not any notices of entry, be it at my front door and or internet, emails, all those entries are considered trespasses and break and entered. And were all without my consents and without my permissions. I didn't know about. Nobody can actually open any front door without justification, without search warrants, without warrants of arrest, without evidence. And they did that. And that's not allowed. And that's not normal. That's unemployable. And why other people haven't been unemployed as I don't know. It's disgusting. Examples February 23 and 24, 2025. November 12 and 13, 2024, and all other times. We did not do that to others, other residents and staff. And I don't care, do they have careers, educations, alleged greater and or the same as us? They're not allowed to. And where I was today, especially to and on, in, out, from, and by there, and here, and all elsewhere, everywhere. It is not true that other people, doctors, lawyers, police, etc., could not, may not, must not, need not, should not. They couldn't, they needn't, they should, can, could, may, must, and had mental health issues, mentally ill. It's happened earlier. They can't blame patients always. There's room for two and or more errors. And nowadays it's harder for them, those alleged doctors and other people, to hide and hide themselves mentally ill. Technology, it's everywhere. And there's knowledge more nowadays available than earlier. And most often, when somebody showed and told a mental illness, that doctor should have been investigated, judicial, investigated as to what happened really, because obviously they too are, were, be, did, and do. Same as the other ones I've mentioned. Be it schizophrenia, be it psychosis and schizophrenia, be it psychosis, be it obsessive compulsive disorder, be it delusional, be it autism, be it attention deficit hyperactive disorder. I don't know, nor do I care. I know it's something other than what I've been showed and told the last several years. And anybody and everybody that's followed me, watched, knows it's not me. Other people have been around my mom and I, and that does show up in health records and test results. That's not mental health. That's physical, such as cardiology, hospitals, emergencies, fainted, nausea, vomited, influenza type A, positive, migraines, etc. And I've been showed and told I have to have more health cares, which amazes me. The health care I had today, I haven't got anything to complain about other than where I was on another earlier, where I had stress tests, ECG, echo, cardiogram. I didn't like it. Wasn't as professional as, whereas today I had such professional health care. It was lots greater and better. And I have to get more tests. They found some stuff. They found some evidence. I'm not dying. I'm just not 100%. So this has been going on since 2023. It began in 2021 more. Began in June 28, 29, 2006. That's when my heart started to obviously give out, lack of blood, accident I had. And, I began to recover and recuperate. And then later, around 2010, I had a setback. And then in 2021, I had a setback big time. I fainted. That's all it was. I just fainted. I thought I tripped over a curb, but looking back on it, I didn't fall. I fainted. And I didn't have anywhere to sit and hold on to or even lay down. I just fainted. And I've been in and out of cardiology since 2023. And we've discovered most of it. We just have to find out whether or not the sinus bradycardia is what it is, and or does exercise recover it a while, and does it drop back, which I know it did, but overall, and everything else. And I'm not restricted what I can eat necessarily, although all those custom mukbangs and everything I have to reduce. Like today, my brunch, I didn't have anything to eat. I had 2 scrambled eggs, sea salt and black pepper on Winston served, and my everything bagel, some plant-based butter or plant-based margarine, And that's it. And I got my Brazil nut I'm going to eat in a little while. And then I'm going to have something else. I'll probably eat some celery and raw radish. And then take it from there and do some exercises. My doctor did not tell me, he did not tell me to stop doing that. Physiotherapy exercises. Yay! And caregiving, taking care of my mom, since she didn't want to come out publicly and or wanted to come out publicly herself. I mean, not social media, but with healthcare, etc., and judiciary. She should, can, could, may, must, and need showed and told, and show and tell did anybody else hurt her, and not keep it to herself. And it doesn't matter who it was. I know it wasn't me, and it wasn't my cat. Although she should, can, could, must, may. She should, can, could, may, must, and need, and showed and told that. We better health care for her. And I can't keep showing and telling her to do that. She should do it, although it doesn't matter if it was her alleged youngest brother, Norman, or her alleged nephew and his wife, James and or anybody, another resident. It doesn't matter who it was. She should, can, could, may, must, and need, showed and told, and show and tell. Her doctor, if she can remember, haven't gone to the police earlier. They have it on file. They should. There's been complaints and police report numbers, incident and occurrence. Has she went phone calls and tried to reach out to anybody, anything else? It's all lies, and my mom forgot. And was harassed and bullied to have believed, such as phone calls, and such as by those other people, and having met. And she doesn't remember alleged Norman Thompson, all the meetings and all the times he's hurt her lots. Everyone knows about it, including all the mail and how he wanted some financial retribution for being internet trolling, a stalker, abusive, racist prejudices, racist bigotries, discrimination, prejudice, prejudges. He did it all, and in public. He believed that himself and other people were in R and B and were R and B symptoms and behaviors of mental illnesses. That they could, and that I would be blamed, and that my mom would be blamed. My injuries, my mom injuries, my cat injuries, cactus leaves, etc. And it's not that way. Instead, they did it, and they should be judicially punished accordingly. And when all evidence is seen and heard and showed and told, lawyers, everybody should be. I've asked that they get sued because it's all on securities cameras. And my mom is my mom. It doesn't matter, do we argue verbally? It doesn't matter. She didn't understand that during the alleged COVID pandemic or whatever it was, epidemic, whatever it was, cold. Another variant of influenza was a cold. For all I know, for all I care, it could have been an allergy or hay fever that triggered COVID. Originally, they complained that it was animal. Well, if it's animal, then it was just another variant of influenza type A, because that's animal related. And there I go. I had lacto-ovo-vegetarian as my brunch. And my mom didn't know us to stay in, so sometimes she would yell and scream to leave. She didn't remember technology. She didn't remember anything. She thought she had to go out and run her errands. All those phone calls, etc. My mom was talking to one and more other person. She didn't know. And other people that show and tell us as the causes. My mom doesn't hear the same as she used to. She doesn't see the same as she used to. She doesn't walk. She's not physically active the same as she used to. I've seen somebody from next door standing at my front door. He's not on any documents. There's not a name of him on it. They're not. And the woman that's allegedly there, I knew her when maybe I met her when I was younger. She's about the same age as me. I don't know. Why is she here? Nobody wanted her. She couldn't move, I didn't know that's where they lived. And even though I did, they should not be not doing Condominium Act, status certificate, rules and regulations, and laws. They should, can, could, may, must, and need no boundaries. And I don't have, they're nothing to me. Nobody should have given them a key. They do not enter here. They did not have my consents and my permissions to enter here at any given time. Nobody. The names I have and have been using have nothing to do with them, including today when I was getting cardiology. The surname Gupta is nothing to me. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not practice medicine and be lied about. They were not the coroner here November 12th, 2024. They are not my healthcare providers. They are nothing. And were they ever one, they lied on my health record. They should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, and need not. Nobody should have been here. Physically, etc. All about, all to, and all about my parents and my parents' parents and all animals, all pets, all animals and all pets, all fur babies, and myself. Not any of them. And yet they have, and one and more other residents. What business is it of theirs? My mom can't hear, and I know some of them are on my social media, internet trolling. My mom hearing, I have to talk louder to her. I've tried to restrict my mom phone calls like I've been showed and told to. Her phone is supposed to be used only for emergency outgoing phone calls. It's been that way for some time now. More than more than 19 years that's been ongoing now. That's how long all that harassment has been ongoing. More than 19 years. That's how long my mom didn't remember, allegedly. All those harassments, bullying, discriminations, prejudges, prejudices, racism, bigotries, predatory, resentful, harassments, bullying, violences, violent threats, predatory, internet trolling, stalking. I have always been very careful who I've always given out my personal information to, contact information. I don't. That's why I chose to do this, because show and tell, we're not guilty, and who did it. And hopefully the police and the courts, police, crown, and district attorneys, and justice of the peace judges, and lawyers, and police, and securities guards, and paramedics, everybody gets a hold of all securities cameras, all securities cameras, all on live and real time, all that stuff. All securities cameras, all on, all images, all live, all real time, and all recorded. Especially recorded, and photos of, and use all that and this and everything, all evidence, not just documents, people lying. Seriously, use all that and, seek revenge, judiciary, get justice. Justice for Avrabellis. Justice, the Bellises. For everyone. Because I'm sure we're not the only victims. There's bruises and everything, photos and videos. And Mike came and went, even when I was putting out garbage. I have not been the only person with my mom. More than 55 years. More than 20 years. More than a year and 4 months. And that's not me invading anyone's privacy and safety. You come to my front door, that gets published. That gets used as public information. That gets used as evidence. We should, can, could, may, must, and need, showed and told, condominium corporations, etc., security guards, police, paramedics, fire department, all those emergencies personnel, doctors, nurses, lawyers, courts, employers, instructors, where we were members, hobbies, our travel agents, our tour guides, etc. Anytime and every time we saw someone, we should have been able to go to that person and say, we have a problem, and here's the evidence, and if you received it before, that person, how did that person get on such as a historical bus? That person should not be there. That person needs to be asked to leave, forced off the bus and out the door. And that person did not and should not, cannot, could not, may not, must not, need not, case. That person wasn't invited. You know who I'm talking about. I've seen him around. He's a troubled. It's disgusting how some other people alleged and accused mental health problems, mental illnesses, because we lived a different life than what they saw and heard on media, social media, etc. And they were like, oh, that's a delusion. That's not real. She's too better and greater. They're too better and greater than what I've showed and told. And I did stuff, and I can't. I'm showing you tongue. It's not real yet. It is real. And we've downsized over the years. And even then, we've had pets for babies. And a home is a home. It's not a party. It's not a hotel. It's not a motel. It's a home. And I'm going back to, more than 20 years. That house and another 2 houses we had, and some houses we had. And people before, all during, all later, and all since internet, wanted to stay with us, and they tried to cause trouble. And I'm like, no, Mom, they're not coming over. It's not like growing up when you have children and they might be doing slumber parties or whatever. We're adults, and that's not allowed because of you put yourself out there, I put myself out there, my cat's been published. It's a no-go because those other people I've mentioned, well, him, violent and violence, and they used phones, and I'm like, no, we have to stop having landlines because of that Norman Thompson and some other crank calls. You have your own cell phone for emergencies, and I have my own cell phone. I can work from home more, and it was just, and I could do hobbies from home more. I could, I could use technology. I mean, while the active center of Mississauga had progressed, and there was virtuals, and I could, work and do hobbies from home, and then they were harassed and bullied, internet trolled, racism, bigotry, discriminations, prejudice, prejudices, internet trolling and stalking, off and on and off the internet, and they did and or did not used all securities, cameras, all on all images, all live, all real time, and all recorded, including everything that was videotaped and filmed. recorded, photographed as evidence. And they should, can, could, may, must, and need. Does and did. And used that. And ran the company more proficient and professional. Especially when we were around, Instead of doing and did what they did. All others to witness. And as I said, all that evidence that keeps getting newer and newer, Historical, geographical, financial, and newer. Newest happened. And I'm not there today, and I won't be there for a while because, well, one, celebrity stalker, somebody showed up as celebrity stalker Joan Kent on and off Facebook, and celebrity stalker Bill Beckett, and they'd rather have those other people there than me having been a member and worked there. So that's that, and I'm not guilty, so we're not there. And I have health doctor's appointments, so I'm not sick necessarily. I know I'm not mentally ill. That was discovered today. I don't even have to take migraine medication anymore. Not yet. It's just a matter of cardiology, and that's normality. I mean, at the center, many other people, cardiology. And I don't have to lose weight because, I mean, how much more weight do I have to lose? I'm around 144 pounds right now. Do I lose any more weight? I'll just waste away. I mean, I don't want to go through that. I mean, I could afford to lose maybe another 14 pounds, but that's, with what I'm eating, I'm surprised I don't. I mean, I didn't eat lots. I'm active, I do find I feel healthier. I mean, I like my ovo-vegetarian, although I do find I feel healthier eating more nuts, grains, seeds, vegetables, and fruits, and some breads. Like in a little while, I'm going to have some more foods. But I find plant-based is like the way to go. My heart just loves it. It really, truly does. Everybody and anybody can have anxiety and stress. I don't believe that's a mental illness nowadays. I don't think that's mental health. I think that's just normality. It's just sometimes medication can help. Sometimes prescription medicine can help, and sometimes alternative medicine can help. Although it's just, depends on the situations. Everyday stress, like today I'm stressed, but that's normality. So why should I take a medication for it to feel any better? I'm going to be continuing to stress out every time I have to do it. Leaving home with my mom, who can be noisy sometimes, make sounds sometimes, and doesn't, like, shh, stay quieter from here to wherever we're going. Please, the other residents and staff don't need to hear it. They don't care. And even if they do, they should not retaliate it. I mean, when we came home, my mom made herself some food. She got some foods, and then I made her 2 scrambled eggs. So we've had lacto-ovo-vegetarian, and then later on I'm having plant-based. My tomato soup that I'm having. I'm not having the same soup as my mom. I'm having tomato soup. Or I might have tomato soup and then have the same as my mom. I'm craving, I don't know what I'm going to have. I'm rambling on. I just know it's going to be healthier than not having anything. I figure small amounts is better and greater. It's like one of these that I mentioned the other day. I could have this in 3 portions, do I want to? Or I could eat it in one sitting as long as I have like 2 coffees and condiments, since I exercise. Let's doing cardio. because I don't eat lots when I exercise. When I exercise, I very rarely eat as much. I mean, sure, I went through the bingo playing phases, but I truly do not eat lots. I mean, sometimes I would even just go out before exercising and I would eat only a nut. Sometimes during exercising, I would eat a piece of fruit. Sometimes I would even begin eating one of these. Sometimes I would just, you know, and then when finished eating that and then exercising, I would eat more. Only I was always very busy and I didn't get the rest I needed. Nowadays, I've got lots of time to get rest. My cat died, unfortunately, the causes of, and not the actual euthanasia, that couldn't be avoided. And then once I got used to my cat died and having more time alone, which I don't usually do, I haven't done in more than 6 years. We should, can, could, may, must, need having fun, enjoying ourselves, privacy and safety 24/7, all other people, all to, add, on, in, out, from, and by, without notices of entry, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. And I like to know all the times all those accusers, every single one of them, all those accusations and allegations in days, weeks, months, years, and times. Because we have alibis and we have all those witnesses that should, can, could, may, must, and need show and tell and showed and told where we were forever and always. I have nothing to hide. My mom liked to gamble. I like to eat. Do you ever see me in public places this day forward? Trust me, there should, can, could, may, must, and need be more than one Foodie Beauty. And when it's social media, there are handles, especially this stuff. So my handle is at Caffeine Queen Afro. I'm not the same other person. I am not impersonating that other person. I don't have the same ill health as that other person. I am not disabled and or physically challenged. I'm not disabled and I'm not physically challenged as that other person. Some other people have prejudged that they saw social media and that I was as sick as her. I'm not as sick as her and I'm not as fat as her. And I don't care to be as fat, although I sometimes see her fast. I mean, the other day I went out. I was like, oh yeah, time to do a Foodie Beauty connoisseuric. I think it was BK. So I had like a junior Whopper combo. I mean, it's not the best and it's not the worst sizes, although it's greater better than not any. And I tell you, it was, from what I asked the server to give me, oh, who made my food? Oh, it was the best one I've had in a long time. All that lettuce, all that tomato, all that onion and stuff. The raw vegetables, awesome. That was really good. Well, we got home. When I lock up, when I got home, no, those other people did not bother us. No, they did not bother us yet today. Although I saw one maybe earlier outside today. Although no, nobody got close enough to do or did anything. I mean, I don't even like to leave my mom home alone because I know I've caught the person at my front door more than twice, and I can hear. Now, sometimes they would open and close that door next, the door on rest on this next door. And they have been videotaped and photographed, and police have witnessed, whether they like to admit to it or not, because in this, the way the world is now, if you look Caucasian, you're considered a racist, bigot, prejudges, discriminatory, sorry, because they're either black or Indian Which it strikes me funny because in Canada and North America, as part of North America, I should say Canada, I suppose, Indians have never been considered first-class citizens, unlike Canadians. Not that it's right or wrong. Aboriginals, indigenous. Whereas when refugees, since um, alleged that they were greater and better than both, there's evidence out there nowadays that they're worse than any Aboriginals, indigenous, other people, many a times over. I've witnessed it, other people have witnessed it, paramedics have witnessed it, police have witnessed it, security guards have witnessed it, staff have witnessed it. You know, it's been witnessed, including my mom, Trans Help Rise. Many have witnessed them. And their names don't mean anything to me. You know, did they buy from us at some time or other? I don't know. They don't like us having documents or anything because it showed and told that they're guilty and we are not. And I did. I want a refund. And I'm not talking about all. I'm talking about ones from India, Pakistan, Iran, Iraq, Africa, Malaysia. That's only the ones I know of. I'm not saying all were bad. There's good and bad in every. Although, yeah. And do you follow me on social media? You could go back. At least 9 years. See it for yourselves. Watch it yourselves. When some police told me it was an invasion of their privacy and safety, delete it. I tried deleted it, and then I spoke to somebody else, and they said no. You know, and just, you know, do I recognize them on my social media? Try and reset my privacy settings and block them. And does it get worse than that? Report them to security and police. More. One of the worst doctors I've ever met, and Dr. Judy Fernando, Geriatrics, Senior Services, Credit Valley Hospital. She tried to show and told my mom, and my mom went public about it. My mom showed and told others, and I did too. And some other people, like I mentioned, all bad, all purposefully, all wrong. Obviously not lawful, not legal. With and or without sane, with and or without competent, with and or without employable themselves, and racist, bigot, discriminations, prejudice, prejudged, or threats, violent, predatory, sensible, internet trolling, stalking us. And there's evidence. I mean, they'll cry, they'll lie and cry and say, you know, if I send security, it's not real. There's evidence everywhere. Where we lived before, it was very, you know, my mom she didn't understand condominium. She didn't understand the word condominium and on Shereby, what Shereby was, and condominium. My mom wanted to downsize, and I was like, okay, you know, we can live there as long as I can get up to the penthouse. Once I get up to the penthouse, that's where my mom could, and all those all that harassment I mentioned. And some other people put your mom in a nursing home. I'm like, yeah, I could do that, only she'll get worse instead of better, and she'll forget more, and she'll be isolated from others more, and it's not healthy. More home health, maybe some more home help, you know, and I'm home. I mean, I'd love today to have had 20 minutes or so to got out, gone to the gym, gone to the center and exercised. I can't leave her. So I couldn't even leave her to go put out. I mean, how bad is that? I couldn't leave, well, not my bad, the other person, that I couldn't go out and put garbage. I now have to wait, not only my staff, like my maid, just somebody come and help one of my mom's staff. That's when I can go out and put, I can't leave, we can't leave my mom alone at all. And when my mom gets phone calls and reaches out and replied, I mean, every time that Norman Thompson did anything, seriously, every penny all those other people internet trolling, stalking, all that money should be returned to us, be it by way of money orders, checks, and or bank deposits. It all should be returned to us because they didn't deserve anything. We didn't slander and defamation them. They did it to us, and they wanted, and then they try to stick to us and say that they're our friends, our family. Unlike Norman Thompson, who several times did stuff, got caught. Why is he in Canada for? He phone called her and told him. He's done it before to us. Phone called her, said it was all canceled because of the internet. He didn't like the negative comments. He didn't like the negative publicity that he caused himself. All those other people. So he would come, and I'm like, tells my mom he's coming. Then he tells her he's not coming. He's in our neighborhood. He's at malls and everything, carrying on. I mean, as far as I know, coming when you go to visit somebody, you have to go through customs and you have to have an actual address and actually show and tell who you're going to visit, or is it business or pleasure. Well, he couldn't use our names because he's not visiting us. He's nothing. We didn't know he was going to be here, and even if we did, he shouldn't be using our names as a visitor. He shouldn't be in and out of Canada. He shouldn't even be allowed to marry a Canadian. He should really be deported back to the UK, and Canadians not allowing him and other ones back, return to Canada. Not like us. I'm a Canadian. I should be able to come and go anytime I please. My mom too. Safety and privacy. I mean, does the staff here show and tell the truth? Oh my God. Trans help rides, all times we came and went. What are they trying to hide? Why are they always trying to hide that we're not guilty? And who did what to us? And where and when? And all how? And all why? Including February 23 and 24, 2025, when my mom came home alone. She was tired, and they wouldn't give her a cot or some place. And my mom wanted to come home. And I know what I said earlier, showed and told about my mom, and some dumb fuckery when we goof around, And I gave my mom my keys to get in. And my mom promised to phone call me. She had my correct phone number. So we were playing phone tag. I couldn't find her. Then I sent security to come find my mom. They traced her back to being in here. She was home. Finally, my mom and I connected, and my mom said to me she fell and she couldn't get up, so she didn't feel well. So I sent for an ambulance from my hospital bed. The paramedics brought her to the same hospital I was in, emergency, because I couldn't breathe and I was coughing. I didn't feel well. And my mom was discharged and had to go home, and I didn't want my mom home by herself. My mom didn't want home by herself. So I sort of lied that I was feeling better. So I was discharged. I wasn't feeling very better. I didn't feel very well. I eventually went and saw my doctor, witnessed that I wasn't feeling well, although I was tested positive in the hospital, tested negative there. They prescribed some medicines. I got worse again. I lost 14 pounds before I began feeling better. And the only and I never appreciated foods, beverages, condiments so much until I had that all happen to me. And I asked staff downstairs to show me the security camera surveillance, not to show, just to see that what happened to my mom when my mom got out of the taxi, from parking security through to when my mom got out of the taxi to my mom got in here, and the paramedics and everything. I wanted to see all that. They've never shown. They won't show it because, um, I don't know. It's not an invasion of anybody else's privacy and safety. You were here. You were with my mom. That's your fault, not mine. It's not. You want privacy and safety. Keep away from us. Norman Thompson wants privacy and safety from us. Well, he's always had safety. Well, don't come to Canada anymore. I see you, I video make, I photograph, and I go to police. You're not Canadian. As far as I know, you're not Canadian. You can't even have dual citizenship. You can't use my name. You can't use my father's name. Not any name. Same as. I like my privacy and safety. Some other people were like, I want to know your history, geography, and financial. I'm like, okay, but no, I'm not going to show and tell you my hours of work and stuff, including anything media I did. If you witnessed it as an audience, if you were a fan, okay, but I'm not going to disclose to you exactly my earnings, savings, income, and stuff. I'm not going to do that because it's none of your business, because I know you're into it for that, and only that. You're not in there for companionship. You're not into us for companionship, acquaintanceship, friendship, any relationships. You're just in it for the money. And some kind of gratitude. You like to hurt and harm, and it's just disgusting. I don't do that because there's no evidence that we're guilty. It's only evidence that I mean, when does somebody show and tell me, oh, I don't want to hear from you anymore. I don't want you to phone me. I don't want this. I'm like, okay. And although you phone call me since then and during it and accuse me of anything, when you're my incoming phone call, you're a liar. And you don't show and tell that everywhere. You're the one that phoned me. He phoned my mom. They phoned my mom more than 3 times. That's harassment. More than 9 years ago, lying that we were the ones harassing phone calls, crank calling, etc., and waving around, oh, we got mail, we got mail, we got mail. Of course you got mail. If my mom showed and told anything for you other people, she lied. And or my mom forgot. That was you instead. And when it was me, I sent you mail and I told you to stop. But didn't you understand? And Norman Thompson disowned. Most all my mom's side of my family are completely and utterly disowned. My dad's side of my family, I resetted my privacy settings and I blocked. And I know of them, I don't know them. And real estate, most everything and anything that's real estate has been sold as far as I know. This is one of the, this is it really. And anyone showed and tells and tried to change that, They're obviously major neurologically disordered, mentally ill. Not sane, not competent, obviously not employable. Totally not lawful, and all wrong, all purposefully. Do I catch that man from next door, that man and woman at my next door? I'm not. I'm not friendly. One, I'll always have myself. I'll have my phone with me. Two, I'll photograph and videotape. Three, you touch me. Terry Hodgkinson was my self-defense instructor. You've got no chance. Of survival. Rule of thumb, touch me. You don't touch me twice. At least one finger will go away. I can snap. And glasses? Gone. That's not threats. That's not violences. That's not violent. That's self-defense. And anytime they touched me and my mom, that was assault. That was attacking. So when I saw the word Gupta today, I was like, oh. I came home and I was happy. I saw my name instead. Yay. Thompson 2, Thompson. Thomson. Thomson. They put themselves out there. They don't like the negative comments, negative publicity replies. Reply to them. Don't do it. You did it. Try me, do the time. See your comments and then I have to go. Am I invited? Can I come too? I have mental health. I'm anxiety and chronic stress and PTSD. Where are you from? I never ate. I had my tummy removed. So, did they harm you? The people? Did they abuse you? Are you safe now? Okay, good. Protect her at all. Gosh, your mom is wonderful. I watch you all the time. Bless you too. I'm Polish and Ukraine, Romanian. I like homemade pierogies and cabbage rolls. Yum. Hi. Hey. My battery is low with this one. I cannot make out all your memes, names, titles. Hello, down a dark alley. Hello, Mohammed. Hello. I'm sorry, I see a Z. I could make out the remaining. Can't make the rest of it. So that's my health updates. I have a heart condition that's maybe not stress related. That's low blood pressure and sinus bradycardia. Nothing's changed. Just the severity of it, I suppose. And the good news is I don't need a pacemaker today. I'll be back maybe tomorrow. We can do maybe some kind of celebration, eh? You can use the like button, leave your likes, thumbs up, and subscribe. Have a nice day. Be kind to all, everyone, everywhere. I know I did. Kindness, kind. I was kind. Goodbye.